like to change the world from where I am. If I don't leave this place, I know I just can't. So, oh, 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 won't you let me know? Oh, 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 where to go? Where to go?
Hi, we three guides. We're going to take you on a journey through South Africa, starting on the southern point, which is Cape Point in the background that you can see. And we're going to take you on an amazing journey through South Africa to show you things you never knew existed. We have Alistair,
and I'm Dion,
and Kim.
So we're looking forward to doing some infotainment along the way, showing you sites and places where you can come with your friends and family and come and enjoy what we have to offer in this beautiful country.
And everything lovely encapsulated in a beautiful story just for you. Stay with us. So welcome to St. James. This is one of the more beautiful places we have here in the Cape Peninsula. I'm standing here in the colorful bathing boxes. So this is what's left of what used to be the old bathing machines when ladies' virtue were protected, when they were wheeled out, because they had these big wheels and they were wheeled out into the surf. So this whole area used to be called Kalk Bay, but it was later named St. James after the church was built, and the church was named after the patron saint of fishermen. So here we are. Let's open up the rest of the beautiful peninsula for you.
This was built by the locals, in 1907, and at the beginning stages it was all about protecting the locals from being drawn in by the riptides. Also, we have the great white sharks in this bay, so that is also another factor of keeping the swimmers, locals, internationals very safe here. We have in our winter, we have the swimmers from all over the world. The polar bear swimmers also come out here. But for now, it's a beautiful sunrise. It's a pool that many locals come and hang out at, weekends, holidays. It's a place to get wet.
Well, we're here in beautiful False Bay. As you can see, this is a very, very interesting place. The mountains that we have around here was traditionally inhabited by the Goring-Hekwa people, the First Nation people. And then afterwards, because this is such a gorgeous place, people came to visit here. In fact, it was actually a safe anchorage.
Yeah, look, winter, out June, July, August, this was pretty much a safe anchorage, for the European vessels that came from Europe to the east, halfway station, Cape Town itself being a bit of a tide activity there. This then became where they could anchor, do what they had to, and move on.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think it's also the only people that arrived at that time arrived by boat, because there were no roads that we know today. So it was fishermen basically that arrived here, and this bay was teeming with fish. So after the fishermen arrived, the whalers also arrived, until this area became well known as the Brighton of South Africa, and everybody wanted their holiday home here, and it changed completely, and it's now the beautiful, fabulous Kalk Bay that we know of today.
Yes, one of the coolest neighborhoods in the world.
Certainly is. Let's go and check out that neighborhood, guys.
Yeah, let's do this.
So Homestead, the Cape Dutch style house in the background, was one of the original houses that was built in this area. One of the people who rented Homestead was John Nichols. He was one of the founders of Standard Bank of South Africa. And he came here on holiday with his 3 daughters, and the little girls would run across the road to play on the beach. Now this beach got the name Danger Beach because basically the sand drops down at a very sharp angle, and underneath you have a lot of currents. So these 3 little girls in their big willow dresses went down to the beach to play, went in a little bit too far, and the first one got caught in a current and pulled out to sea. The second little girl went in to help her sister, and she also got carried out to sea by very strong currents. The third little girl followed, and she also got pulled out. Obviously, John Nichols couldn't go in and save the little girls. He saw that there was a massive problem with the current, so he ran all the way to Kalk Bay. And when he reached Kalk Bay, he spoke to the fishermen there and begged them to help his daughters. They managed to collect all the little girls, but unfortunately only one survived. And as a thank you to the fishermen for having helped his daughters in the first place, John Nichols built a baptism font in the church which is in Kalk Bay, which we'll pass a little bit later in our walk. We have now reached the Manila Steps.
The Filipinos that came out here were the fishermen that went to go and seek greener pastures out west. They jumped ship, they arrived here in this area, mixed with the local people, and the fishing industry boosted. A lot of the Filipinos that came here were people that fled the Spanish, rule out in the Philippines, and with that, of course, people fled. This then became the fishing industry together with the whaling. And then, of course, in 2018, on the October 28th, we had the steps on my right hand side, kind of named after the Manilas, because that's where they came from. Filipinos are generally known as Manilas.
Won't you let me know, oh, 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 where to go, where to go.
Standing here in front of the Molteno cottage. Many call it the Molteno Villas, and Molteno was our first premier at the Cape. This guy was married 3 times, and from that he had 19 children, all of them cramped up in this house. You'll also notice that the house has a thatch roof. Thatch, of course, showing a bit of status to the old property. Also a very big fire hazard, but being at the ocean, it's always cooler.
Behind me now, it doesn't look like it, but this used to be the original sewage plant. So it was used obviously for purposes which we all need, but not very nice. They then cleaned out the building on the inside completely and turned it into a community hall. So you can imagine the parties that they had here in the roaring 20s, because this is so close to the beach, everybody dancing, music going. But the thought for me of thinking that, gee, this was a sewage plant before, I'm not so sure. Then we go here, the Shark Education Center.
Won't you let me know, oh, 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 where to go.
Hey guys, Kim, Dion. False Bay is traditionally known for sharks, eh guys?
It's really not fair, Hollywood makes them out to be these wicked, nasty creatures who eat everybody on the coastline. But it's actually not true. Only roughly 1 person a year on average gets eaten by a shark.
And then again, False Bay is well known for all the sharks, the great white sharks that are in this bay, and that also because of their feeding frenzy that they have early mornings before the sun comes up, and that's Oi out there at Seal Island, where there's over 60,000 seals. It's pretty much as safe as can be. At the end of the day, more people get killed crossing the road. Maybe we should just try that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cross the road without being killed.
Hi, we've reached the Holy Trinity Church now. This is where John Nichols, who had the 3 daughters in Danger Beach, donated the baptism font. This is the original entrance gate that was built when this church was built in the 1800s. So the view as well through this gate to the sea is absolutely magnificent. They only moved that gate once when they were reconstructing the road, but otherwise it's completely in its original place and the original gate.
So that was fun. So now we head off together to meet Racquel, whose family have been fishing the waters of Kalk Bay for generations.
How are you?
I'm Racquel,
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
My forefathers, they were all fishermen at Kalk Bay Harbour.
Kalk Bay Harbour.
So we still living here.
Okay.
You know, and I'm the fourth generation. I've also got
So
all
tell
my
me
kids.
about tell me about your. So these are all descendants of the.
Yes, all the Filipinos.
Okay.
Yes. So my grandmother is Olympia.
Yeah.
Pepino, and then my grandfather's Roberto. Okay, and these are all the great grandchildren.
Wow.
So, and you can see there also, I was Miss Kalk Bay.
Do you find that a lot of the younger people, as they grow up, they don't get into the fishing industry, but rather grow up here and go into other streams of life?
Yes. I think it was my last 3 generations that stayed in the fishing.
Okay.
But as the next generation took over, they decided no, because the fish wasn't going so well.
Okay.
Outside companies or overseas companies came in.
Yep.
You know, the whole country changed.
Yeah,
I mean, I was born in 1968. In the years of struggling and living off the harbour, that's all we lived. From the harbour.
That was a delicious treat prepared by Racquel and her husband Warren. Some good pate and Hottentot fish.
Some people would share, a fish. Me, one every hour.
So after that delicious lunch, we headed to the potter shop.
So guys, we're at one of the interesting little places here in Kalk Bay. We're at the potter shop, but before it used to be the old wash house. This is where the ladies came to wash the clothing during the time of the bubonic plague. So when you are in Kalk Bay, I recommend you come along, you can buy something in the shop here, get the essence of what it is to be part of this community. You know, there's something that it's a subculture that we have here in the Cape. It's called gossiping.
Or skinner.
Skinner. So this is when you call your friends together and you say, hey, do you know? So I'm calling my colleagues and say, did you know that they actually washing here? But this is where all the news and all the stories of the community also happened right here.
After the potter's shop, we headed up to the mosque.
Here's the mosque. This place is so small, I almost missed it. Yes, there you go. Hey, wow. I'm gonna get one of my friends, Dawood, to talk to us a little bit about it.
Well, as you can see, it's the Masjidul Jamia from Kalk Bay. It was established in 1898, which is over 100 years old.
Yeah.
And to my knowledge, it's the smallest mosque in the southern hemisphere. All the activities mostly centered around this mosque.
Okay.
Mostly centered around there.
Yeah.
And other than that, it's the fishermen's flats where you people.
How do you guys also involved in the fishing, or do you have a different kind of profession?
My grandfather was a fisherman.
Okay.
My father was a fisherman. I tried some fishing not for long. That wasn't for me. I went into the flower business.
Okay.
But mostly, you say the people of color, the colored people, was all fishermen.
Okay.
From here we went back to the main road to visit what was once the town's drinking hole.
With every great village is always a great watering hole. And this used to be the Klip Kantinki. This is where everybody used to get their liquid refreshment. Today it's Miss, Mrs. and friends. This is where they do some clothing, and to the side you have the bookstore. So when people used to come here and they had 100 or 200 shots too many, they would stay over at the Majestic. In its day, it was the place to be.
Like to change the world from where I am. If I don't leave this place, I know I just can't. So,
Thank you for joining us on our journey through Kalk Bay.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And you can follow our route on our blog, Where to Go. Ciao!
Bye.
where to go.